Okay, so let's continue with the taking up of page 3. I'll try to take up the rest of the questions in this package today. But if you haven't got to some of these questions after the explanation, still try it on your own so you know what to do. Because obviously, on the final exam, you're the one that's writing, not me. Okay, so and you can see me do it like 100 times, but it's so much more meaningful if you try it once. Okay. So, a transversal, which is just the line that cuts through parallel lines, and label 5 equal angles. So, if let's say I choose this one, then I know because of alternate angle, these two are the same. I know that these two are the same because it's opposite. And then I know these two are the same because corresponding. Do you need to know these words? Yes. Okay. Do you need to know the spelling? Yes. Okay. So, yeah. Remember, corresponding, complementary, uh, co-interior. All these are words that starts with C. Okay, but they are very different in terms of their property. So make sure you don't mix them up.
Isn't it technically co-interior
It's fine. But oh, that's actually a good point. On that last test that you guys had in angles, a lot of people called this the interior angle. There's no such thing as interior angle. This is the co-interior angle. It is a very, yeah, it's different. It's different. It's fine. Okay. But there is a difference between co-interior and interior. Okay. It means totally different. Okay, 24, find the missing angle. So here, you should know by now that that's 55 degrees because it's a complementary angle. So on the exam, if it asks you for the reasoning, that's the reason. Okay, this one, I know that this angle X right here is 55 degrees because of supplementary. That's how you spell supplementary. Okay, and then right here, because in an isosceles triangle, that means both of the base angles are 55. So when you subtract it, it's 70. And so you can just simply say isosceles triangle or sum of angles in a triangle. Question? Is it a knee? Let's ask Google. Complementary angle. Yep. Half a mark off for mistake. Man. And just because of that, I did not get perfect on the exam. I lost half a mark. Thank you. Alright, so, and that is the difference between getting perfect and that 99.5%. Alright, 25. Okay, so for question 25, do I care about this story?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't matter. Alright. So if you read it, nice. If you did it, you saved 30 seconds of your life. Yeah. And you probably hurt your eyes reading it. So all that means is find the mean, median, and mode of this. Okay. So mean is just adding everything up divided by the 14 numbers. You get that as the mean. Median. So just list it in order from smallest to biggest, and then choose the middle number. Okay? And then the mode is the one that appeared the most. And so out of this list, -2 was appeared the most. Okay. This box and whisker plot, you have to draw it. Okay, so since there's only 5 numbers, this is my median, aka my Q2. And then here, in between that, that's my Q1, so the middle of it. Remember, if my median is one of the numbers, I do not consider it in my lower half median. Okay? And then same thing, I don't use it in my calculating Q3. So when I did that, I get the Q1 and Q3, minimum 3, maximum 12. So make sure you draw a number line, and then min, max, Q1, Q2, Q3. That's how you draw your box. Yeah.
Is it okay for a number line to be like very accurate?
Your number line should be like, let's say if you put 0 here and like 1 all the way over here, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that will be wrong.
Wait, no, like if my gaps are like.
Yeah, it's fine. As long as it's somewhat,
Okay.
then it's okay. But if you're way off, then yes, I will take half a mark off.
What if I throw a bunch of breaks in between?
That will waste time. Your valuable exam time.
What is it allowed?
Okay. 27. So 27, you're given a box plot. So you can see that your minimum is 1, your maximum is 14, and then Q1 is 2, Q2 is 5, Q3 is 6. Okay. As I was mentioning, interquartile range, Q3 minus Q1, so you get 4. And then it asks you to times it by 1.5, so it means 6. So what you have to do is Q1 minus 6. So Q1 was, what was Q1? Okay, so 2 minus 6, that means negative 4. And then Q3 plus 6, right, Kenta? Yeah, so 6 plus 6, which is 12. So based on your interquartile range, it means that any numbers, any data between negative 4 and 12 is reasonable and it should be considered. Anything over that range, it means it's an outlier. So then yes, 14 is an outlier in this case. Right, so that's the purpose of IQR. Okay. Number 28 right here, you're given this graph. It's pretty weak, I think. Okay, or moderate. Okay, not strong for sure, but I could somewhat tell it's a descending trend. So a negative coefficient correlation. And so out of these, negative means that it has to be either negative 0.8 or negative 0.4. And since we said it's not very strong, it would have to be the negative 0.4. And to describe it, negative moderate correlation. Okay. 29. Reading the options, it will be option 3. Line of best fit does not need to go through the first and last point. Right? Does your line of best fit have to go through your origin?
No.
No. All right. So those are the 2 main mistakes that people do with line of best fit. So it does not have to go through first and last point. It does not have to go through your origin. Okay. And then on the last page, number 30 on finance. Okay. So number 30. So some people were confused with this question. They were saying like, so what do I put in the compound interest formula? Well, this one you actually don't need to calculate anything because it actually gave you your monthly payment already. It tells you how much you have to pay. So all you're doing is actually just timesing it by 24 months and then you get this. So when you subtract it from your principal amount, you'll see that the interest you paid is $427. Why you didn't have to calculate the interest on this? Because this is actually an amortization table question. So what it is like you're doing the compound interest formula month over month over month, but each time your principal is different. So that's what a amortization table is. But because there's like people usually do like 5-year terms, and so like that's 60 calculation, right? So that's why the computer does it for you. There are programs. If you Google amortization table, amortization table, it will do the calculation for you. Like, so it will just ask you what is the term, what is the interest rate, and then you'll see that your monthly payment goes, like your principal, the amount that you pay in. So like each like, so for example, every month you're paying this. So in the very beginning, maybe only $100 goes towards your principal, and then the other $126 is paid to interest. And then by after a year, maybe 150 will go towards your principal, and then only $70 is worth of interest that you pay, because every time your principal is reduced. Right? And so at the end, in the last month, you might be only paying a few bucks of interest. Okay? Number 31, will it increase or decrease? So if you change the term from 2 years to 3 years, your monthly payment will decrease. That's what a lot of people did when the mortgage rate went up. So if they wanted to keep their monthly payment low, so they increased the term. So instead of 25 years, they may have extended it to 30 years, so to keep their monthly payment lower. If the interest decreases, it will make also your monthly payment lower. Okay, and then if you put in a down payment, that will also make your monthly payment lower because your principal is lower. Okay, number 32, budgeting. Okay, so what is the total income for April? You just add up the income, you get this. Her expense is $325. That means when you subtract it, she has $21.64 left each month. Is this a good budget? Well, she is. Her income is higher than expense. Is it the best? No. All right. So if her hours at work have been cut, and she expects to lose half of her monthly income, what would it be? So then it will become 170. If you were to set up a program or change Maria's budget to create a balanced budget for May. Explain the reasoning for the change you made. So you always want income to be greater than your expense. So she would need to save 155 this month. So for example, maybe for that month, don't save up for the car. That will save her $100, and take away spending money. So take away that 75. So until she gets a new job, so she won't have the extra money to save up. She'll have to really cut down on the things.
But shouldn't you always save for long-term investments?
Not if you lost your job.
Cut clothing.
Cut clothing.
I cut clothing.
Like literally.
And then I cut the saving for the car was not in time.
Well, usually when people save up the money, it's to save up for the rainy day, and so this is the rainy day right now when she is in transition to finding a new job. Okay, number 33, right angle triangle, Pythagorean theorem. When you're looking for the hypotenuse, you're adding. When you're looking for the side leg, you are subtracting. So that's all it really is. Remember to find the perimeter and area. Perimeter, you're just adding the outsides. Okay, and an area is space times height divided by 2. Okay, that's all it really is. Last two questions. Number 35. All right. What do we call angle B? Yep. Inscribe angle. Okay, because if that 24, so A and D is your arc, so then angle B is your inscribe angle. Angle E is also your inscribe angle. And what do we call angle C? Central angle, and it's doubled your inscribe angle. Do you guys need to know these terms? Yes. Okay. That's how you spell it. It's not called the center angle. All right. Central angle. All right. And it's not your C angle. I saw it on the last test. Okay. And then lastly, also don't forget with the circle probably, there's also circumference, arc, chord, secant. Okay. Those terms. It's in the package. All right. Don't say I didn't warn you guys. Okay, 96, that's your central angle. And so X and Y are your inscribed angle. And so it's half of it, which is 48. Okay, so that was the whole review package.